I'm on my way to Home Depot for a very annoying reason. In a nutshell, when we decided to do the estate sale online, one of the big advantages, actually the biggest advantage, was that it would spare us the hassle of shipping things, because shipping really is time consuming and annoying. And we wanted to be able to have people just pick up their own stuff. But as the estate sale progressed, I started to get questions from potential bidders about whether or not we would ship some smaller things. And, I think I really wanted the sale to be successful. I really wanted to accommodate people. I like happy people. I like happy customers. And so with some smaller things, we did agree to ship them. And one person reached out to me and was interested in the carolers, the little Christmas doll figures, and said, would you be willing to ship the carolers? So I thought she meant, like, would I be willing to ship one lot of carolers, which would be like 2 carolers? And that's not a big deal. I thought, for sure, yeah, we could do that. I mean, I wanted the sale to be successful. I wanted happy people. I thought, yeah, we could certainly do that. What I didn't think about in my inexperience with this process is that when that person asked me would I ship the carolers, they didn't necessarily mean one lot of carolers. This particular person bought a massive lot of carolers. They bought so many carolers that shipping them now is incredibly complicated and expensive, and was actually going to cost $70 via US Postal Service. So then the person asked, well, can we ship them? Can we try UPS and FedEx? And, it wasn't our intention to run around 1,000 ways figuring out how to ship these carolers. We were planning to not ship anything, and we were just trying to be helpful. No good deed goes unpunished many times, I find. And so now I'm in shipping carolers hell. Right now, we're on our way to Home Depot. My goal is to find the biggest box I can humanly find so I can wrap and ship these carolers and put some closure on this whole thing. And I can see right now I am in the right place, and success is just moments away. Okay, so I think we can all agree that Home Depot is not my natural habitat. It's really like watching a fish try to sit in a bird's nest. It just doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. I would love to console myself with a trip to a thrift store, but I can't because it's 10 o'clock in the morning and I'm expecting somebody at 11 to come pick up an item that they won at the estate sale auction. I have 2 people coming today actually to pick up their items. So I need to be home for that, and I don't want to play any games around potentially being late. So I think I'm going to run to Dunkin' Donuts and get a little something and then head home. Instead of waiting for Eric, I decided to ship this guy myself. So the carolers are all wrapped up. I think I did a pretty good job. We've got them in the car. The post office is just down the street, but it's a little too far for me to lug that heavy box all the way down the street, so we're gonna take a little drive. Let's do it. Well, the package is dropped off. The other 2 people who are picking up things from the estate sale came and picked them up, and that means I'm done. Yay! And now I am going to Salvation Army because I deserve a little treat. Okay, is it me or does the sky look perilously overcast? Won't stop us from going to Salvation Army though. Let's see what they've got. We've got a little bit of Pyrex. $12.99 is more than I'm going to pay for it, but it's a cute piece. These glass dishes are so pretty. They're sort of a peachy pink. They have a nice shine to them. These are a definite possibility. Oh my gosh, and they still have the cute little dog planter by the mailbox. Oh, it looks like one sold and one of them is still here. It's a cute little bell. Oh, look at the hummingbird. That's adorable. Looks like that was made in 1986. So cute. This guy looks very smug. He reminds me of the king from Hamilton. Gosh, which king is that? King George, $5.99, made in occupied Japan. Just scanning the shelves over here. This is kind of interesting, but actually cheaply made once I pick it up. This mug is pretty. It definitely has a Portmeirion quality, but it's Queen's China, so not the same, but very cute. Cute little trinket box. Japan, it says. This is another cute little piece. I love lustrous little pieces. I can't read that too well. $2.99. That teapot would have been very cute with the lid on. I'm just curious about who made this piece. Bavaria. I bet that's pretty with the lid. And these are really nice as well. These were made in Czechoslovakia. And a really pretty tureen, the gold trim. Again, I'm just curious. No mark on this one, but it is a pretty piece. What do we have back here? It looks like purple irises, maybe. It's a very pretty, very delicate piece. It reminds me of the hummingbird one we saw. That's $5.99. Same maker on it. I think Anderson is what it says. Look at this whole set, sold as is, full set, $59.99. Pretty platter with a little bit of discoloration on it. I don't see a maker's mark on that. But look at all of the dishes. Let's see if we can see anything Bavaria. Okay, wow, that's quite a nice set. Lots of pieces. Look at all of those plates. You would be like good to go. You could have a dinner party the moment you brought this all home. And again, I'm just checking the price because it just seems very reasonable to me. Over here we have some teacups. It looks like this is arranged so that you could have a little slice of cake or something with your teacup. It's just very handy. We have a really pretty teapot here. I like this piece. Lots of crazing. Sadler, England. That's a really pretty one. $6.99 is not a bad price. It's got a lot of crazing, which I don't personally mind, but I know that can hurt the value for some people. We've got a little color loss on the lid. These are really interesting. Interesting gold details around the rim. $1.99 for this plate. There are a lot of utensil marks though. These are so pretty. They remind me of watermelon glass that I saw in the old Curiosity Shop, but this is not very old. I found these on eBay. They don't sell for much either. I like these grape plates and bowls. And that looks like a little 1960s set. That's very fun. Let's see, Yarmulke China. It's a really cute set. We've got a little spongeware, and the roses have kind of a stenciled effect, which is interesting. $5.99. They seem very 1980s to me. What do you think? Lots of pretty dishes today. This is made in England. Really pretty. So lots of saucers. I'm looking for a little bit more information. Mayotte, Old Chelsea, Staffordshire, England. $3.99 for that one. These are really bright and colorful. Barberware, Charmant. Very pretty. Here's our pie plate for the day. And cherry pie is not one of my favorites. This plate is $5.99. We'll just leave it here for someone else to enjoy. And this pressed glass bowl is lovely at $4.99. It has a really nice shape and I love the details in it. Great piece. We have an anniversary set. It looks like this might have been part of like a tiered plate system, but it's missing the metal pole that would have gone in the middle. And this looks like it's a magnifying glass or something. A little magnifier, $2.99. I bet that could come in handy for somebody. Oh, I like the little bunny plate. So cute. Threshold certainly doesn't look old, but it is very cute. Check out this monkey mug with the arm extended over it. That's awesome. $2.99. That's a great piece. This reminds me a little bit of Iris. Same white fur, blue eyes. Very cute. Interesting little gingham. Sakura Garden Time, $1.99. This is interesting. I thought this was like a cross-stitch piece, but these are actually little beads, and they have this kind of shiny quality. It's very funny. Cute little dog. Never seen that before. Well, that was unusual because I left without anything. And that doesn't mean there weren't good things. There were actually quite a few cute things there. There was a Sadler teapot that I really liked a lot, but it had a little bit of color loss on the top lid, and it had some crazing as well. And $6.99, I believe, just a little more than I want to pay for it. I don't know, it was really cute. I would, if it were for me, if it were for my own collection, I would have snagged it and I would have been happy to have it. But for resale, I think it's a pass. There were also these pretty kind of large pink glass plates, and I was very tempted by those, but I couldn't tell. They were dirty, and I couldn't tell what was like dirt that was going to come off and what was like utensil marks and potential scratches. And I find, you know, colored glass doesn't do that well for me. I know some people swear by it. I have not had tons of luck with it. So I left those, and again, if they had been on sale, I would have done it, but yeah, I left them. And then they had, as I showed you, one of those cute little dog planters left, and I really almost thought, like, do I just want it for myself? And I thought, no, stop. You just spent a bunches of dollars at Brimfield. You don't need more things. Walk away. So very restrained today. And you know, different from some days when I don't buy anything because I'm feeling crabby and I just can't quite get out of my own way. This time, you know, I am also feeling crabby, but I feel like I made, you know, good, reasonable, balanced decisions. And that just means more money I can spend on thrifting another day. That day might come sooner than we thought because I'm going to head over to Savers. I don't have a lot of battery left in my phone, but I will at least share some highlights. Like this very pretty dish, this little cake stand, which is Mikasa. And this is a really pretty little Lenox piece for $7.99, which is more than I can get for it resale. And here's another Lenox piece that's $12.99. Again, just too much for resale. And another Lenox piece for $14.99. And it's killing me, but I'm gonna leave this one too. Somebody must have been getting rid of their own collection. Look at this cute one for $7.99. And this one's $7.99. Oh, they're killing me. Little cup for $6.99. And here's another little piece, a little bowl, and that one's $14.99. Very hard. Here's a pretty holiday piece for $14.99. And then we have a couple of Lenox knockoffs here for $4.49 for this vase. And this little guy, I didn't catch the price, but he's definitely not well made like a Lenox piece. And there's a little bit of colored glass, $4.49 for this green vase. Well, I got a couple of things, but I'm going to wait till we get home to show them to you, so stay tuned. So I wanted to show you what I picked up while I was out thrifting. I got quite a few cute things that I really like. And actually I'm gonna go in backwards order. So I'm gonna show you the stuff I bought at Savers first. So right now I'm surrounded by dogs and cats. we're in for one of our interesting videos, I think. But anyway, first thing I picked up was this little cookbook with vegetarian meals ideas. I am not a vegetarian. I'm mostly vegetarian. My husband is not, but I'm always looking for recipe ideas. I am the worst at figuring out like what to make for dinner. I don't know. I never care. I'm always like, let's have crackers. So yeah, I thought it would be good to maybe get some new ideas. I also picked up, this is really heavy. I bought this classics edition of Moby Dick. So this isn't old at all, but it is a beautiful edition. Look how pretty even the inside is. And I read Moby Dick. Oh, nerd alert. So I read Moby Dick in high school. It wasn't part of the reading list at the time, but being a nerd, I had already read all of the books that we were supposed to read for my entire sophomore year of high school. Yeah, I told you, nerd alert. I, was and am a crazy reader. So I went to the teacher and I was like, can I read something else because I've already read these books? And she's like, oh, which books have you read? And I was like, I read all of them. So she was like, oh, that's not usual. So she decided that she would create like an independent study project for me, which centered on reading Moby Dick. So clearly the teacher hated me and so wanted to give me like the world's like most boring boy book that she could find. Having reread this as an adult, I don't see it that way at all. It's classic work of literature. It's fascinating. It's a great book to own. I'm really excited to own this one. And this will go in my own library. I spent $3.99 on this book. The other book was also $3.99. So I think for the cookbook, I overpaid because I don't think it's worth $3.99. Here's the sticker. You can see it was at TJ Maxx at one point. But I thought if it can give me even one meal idea, I will be forever grateful to it. Okay, so while I was at Savers, I also did a thing I swore I wouldn't do, which is I bought more glassware. So I saw this box and I was intrigued. You can see the price tag on it. It's $5.49. And I find there's a lot of times at these stores, there are boxes that people don't seem to gravitate towards. I think sometimes we just can't even be bothered to open the box. Isn't that bad? So anyway, I found these glasses all in their original box. They were made in Ireland. They're whiskey glasses. They need to be washed. I don't know if you can get a sense of these, but there are little tiny painted shamrocks on these. And the rim is like a very light gold color. I'll see if I can get you a better picture of this so you can really see. I thought they were absolutely beautiful. And I thought they'd be really actually easy for me to store and ship because they already have their own box, which is a plus. But it says Shamrock Whiskey and hand decorated in the Republic of Ireland. So I just love these. And $5.49 isn't that bad a price when you figure there are 6 glasses. So less than $1 per glass, which works out well. And I'm really hoping somebody will enjoy this and be happy to have it. So here's a close-up of the box. And we'll just lift the lid so I can show you a close-up of the glasses. Aren't the shamrocks on them really nice? And I love the gold rim. I think these will look so pretty all together in someone's little barware collection. Okay, this next piece was just a silly and sentimental piece. A while ago when I went to Hex and Things, which is not the easiest name of a store to say, by the way, I saw this canister, and this is a canister that my grandmother used to have around, and she used to keep all kinds of little toys in it. And we would go under, where did she keep? I think she kept them like under the sofa or something. And we would go in and we'd pull out the canisters and we'd play with all the toys. And I actually still have the canister somewhere. It's deep in my attic where I'm not going anytime soon. But when I saw this at Hex and Things, I had such a strong sentimental moment of remembering playing with those little toys at my grandmother's house. So when I saw this one at Savers, I snagged it. This is just for me. It was $2.99. And you know, it's nothing special. I don't know what, well, that was dramatic. I don't know what was in it originally, but I'll certainly use it for like little cookies and candies and all kinds of other storage things. Oh, as an interesting aside, I use these little kinds of canisters quite often. And unfortunately, the cats have figured out that if they knock it off the counter, a lot of times the top will pop open and then they can eat the contents of it. So now when we have cookies or similar things in a canister, we have to then put the canister in the microwave for safekeeping so the cats can't get at it. So yes, I realize our house is crazy. It's weird, but it works. I thought I'd take just a moment and show you this fabulous mid-century modern furniture set we just picked up. This came from an estate clean out that Eric did, but he bought these pieces ahead of time because they have a little bit of value, and we're going to feature them in an upcoming online estate sale. They are really fun. I, of course, don't enjoy having them in the library, but I think they would make such a wonderful statement in somebody's bedroom. I almost forgot to show you this mug, and I really like this mug. It's a little Christmas mug with Christmas stockings on it. It was $1.49 and it is really well made. The colors on this are very vibrant. It has this really pretty gold rim on it. It was $1.49. It really stuck out of the mug section to me for being extremely well made. So I could not find a maker on this. Here's the bottom. So I need to research this piece, but even in the absence of information, I knew this was coming home with me. I'm gonna put this on the table so you can get a better look at it. Here it is so you can see it for yourself. You can see all the really pretty details, and you see the gold strokes in the little boughs of holly. It's just that kind of detail and the little tiny bows on the stockings that really caught my eye. I haven't been able to comp this out on eBay, but I haven't looked that hard, so I'll keep at it, and hopefully it has a little resale value so I can pop it on my holiday sale in December. Before I close this video, I just need to mention I was so excited that I thought I had total closure on the estate sale, and having gotten every item into everybody's hands and being completely done with it. Well, this morning I got a text from a gentleman who had reached out to me at one point to say he wanted to bid on a cut glass bowl, really beautiful bowl, and would I be willing to ship it to him? And I had said yes. And then he wanted to just exchange it because then he could avoid the shipping. And I had said yes because I was going to Brimfield and he was going to be in Brimfield. He's probably an antiques dealer, maybe. But then I never heard from him, and I didn't know if the person who reached out to me was the same person who ultimately won the bowl. Nobody picked up the bowl, so I did sort of scratch my head and say, I wonder if it could be that guy who emailed me, but I didn't know. So anyway, this morning he texted me and said, oh, I'm the guy who won the bowl, and can we make arrangements to pick it up? It's not a big deal. It's just, I really kind of wanted to be done with the estate sale thing. So, I'll reach back out to him. We will finish this up. I want him to have the piece that he's expecting to have. I like happy customers. But boy, the next estate sale, I will not be making these little side deals for pickups and shipping and things. It has not been, a good idea. It's not been a good use of my time, and it has definitely caused me more than a little stress, as you may have picked up in the beginning of the video. So, lessons learned. What are you gonna do? If you're a regular viewer of this channel, you might recall a few weeks ago, I was concerned about the backs of Iris's ear. Iris is my little white kitty. They were really cut up. Just one section of the back of her ear was really cut up. And I just naturally assumed that Indy was playing too roughly with her because Indy can be a bit of a bruiser. Well, they ended up healing. I put some ointment on them. They healed up, and then it happened again. And I was so, again, so concerned. I cleaned up her ear again. It started to heal. And then one day I watched her just scratch the back of her ears with her hind leg to the point of blood. And I stopped her. When I stopped her, she yelled at me. She didn't like that I did that at all. But I recognized she was doing it to herself. So here I am, blaming poor defenseless Indy for what his sister is actually doing to herself. So we started this cycle of I'd clean up her ears, they'd start to heal, then she'd cut them again. And it was always like, excuse me if this is TMI, but like what was happening was like it would scab and then she would rip the scab off. It's so like violent. So they just never heal properly. And so then this weekend she started doing it to her other ear. So she looks like she's been attacked by sharks. I can assure you that there are no sharks swimming around my house. She is doing it to herself. So I actually tried over the weekend to put like a collar, one of those, cone collars over her. I bought 2 different ones on Amazon. She had both of those suckers off in about 5 seconds flat. And at this point, I'm a little worried about infection and that kind of stuff. So I'm taking her to the vet. She has an appointment at 3:30. I have to reschedule a work meeting to make that happen, but I didn't want more time to go by because it does look bad. And honestly, like, this is gross again, apologies, but she's like getting like blood droplets all over the furniture and it's just yeesh. So I'm hoping that the vet can give me some advice so we can get her onto the path of healing because it just doesn't look good. I'm gonna see if I can get her to sit still long enough so I can show you what I'm looking at. Hey, sweet girl. This is my sweetheart. Let me show your ears. Let me show your ouchy ears. See if I can get behind her. You're not gonna let me do that, are you? Oh, there's one. You can see it's so bad. Oh, there's the other. Yeah, say I keep scratching my ears and making them worse. Nope. This is what I'm talking about. She won't stop. She won't stop scratching them and they just get worse and worse. So we're gonna take care of that for you today, my love. No, no, no. Oh, there's our sweet girl. We're going to get her ears fixed. You ready, sweetheart? You know this is gonna be a long drive. As you can hear for yourself, there is nothing Iris hates more than the car. That's why going to the vet is always a bit of a struggle. Help me. I know, sweetheart. We're here. We'll get out in just a minute. I know. Now that she's out of the car, she's feeling much more like herself and she's very happily exploring at the vet's office. Well, $300 later, Iris's ears are not infected, but she seems to be having maybe an allergy of some kind, so they gave her a steroid shot, an antibiotics shot just to be safe. And we're hoping that this works, and if it doesn't, she's gonna need some kind of special diet. So we will see how it goes. But I'm glad that she's sorted and she's okay, and we're gonna head home now. By the way, part of the reason why she meows so loudly is because she's deaf, so she can't really moderate how loud she is. Well, that was a long drive. Oh. It's a few hours later, and as you can see, Iris is back to herself. She's snuggly as can be. Her ears are hopefully going to get much better, and all of the trauma from the car ride, which she well and truly hates, as you heard for yourself, is over, and we're both so glad about that. So that's what I have for you today. As usual, there's a little bit of everything, but I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please hit like and subscribe, and I really hope to see you next time. Bye for now.